I don't know about you, but I feel like so often magic systems make no sense, especially in worlds where they have acknowledged that guns exist. Looking at you, Harry Potter. Like, why shoot slow-ass magic lasers that take a goddamn incantation?
Make time stop. Ooh.
When you can just shoot bullets. Now, if you are in the same position as me, never fear. I have a solution for you. I have uncovered the perfect magic system ever devised by any game developer. It belongs to the unheard series called Dishonored. Or at least it's what I like to think it's called. I know that's what the individual games are called, but I don't know what the actual series. The Dishonored franchise is one of my favorite game series to date. Not my favorite game, not at all. I honestly don't think I could do that to The Witcher or Minecraft or the countless other games that probably deserve the #1 spot. But even if it's not #1, I would definitely put Dishonored 2 specifically, in the top 5. It's still really good, and I want to tell you why. I'll only brush over the story, as I don't want to rob myself too much of future content. Much of the game is built around the moral choice to kill or not to kill, since you have the ability to go through the entire game as lethally or as peacefully as you want. For those of you who have not had the opportunity to play this moralistic rampage game, the basic premise is this. You get dishonored, run away, find friends, you can teleport now, fight back, get re-honored. There you go, I literally just summed up both stories from the 2 main games, but I still think they're great. The game is set in a semi-open world, meaning that each mission has a new map/area for you to explore, but once you leave an area, you can't go back, except for one exception. I'll come back to why that's so cool in a bit. So now that I've done the world's best video game synopsis, I can get to the juicy bits and why I love this game so much, starting with my favorite part of the game. For obvious reasons, magic. Dishonored not only manages to solve the problem of using magic in a world that already has guns, but also manages to keep it balanced while still allowing for fights that feel like pure power trips. Although the funniest part is that while yes, you can definitely have super cool cinematic moments where you feel like the main character and you're just cutting and gunning enemies down left and right, most of your attempts to do so are gonna look something like this.
Definition of insanity.
Dishonored solves this problem by turning magic into less of a weapon and more of an ability. You see this in games like BioShock and Prey. Wait. Prey and Dishonored are made by the same developers. I mean, BioShock isn't, but no fucking wonder they're so good. Arcane Studios really has their shit together. They just keep pumping out banger after banger. Okay, this was a dumb tangent, but seriously, play Prey. It's honestly one of the best games I've ever played. As I was saying, in this system, magic is a utility. You have weapons and magic that you use together to perform cool feats and combos. What I love about this is that it's not only fun as hell to play, but it doesn't leave me wondering, why doesn't he just shoot me? Because if they try, I'll just stop time, walk around the bullet, and shoot them with my own gun. And is that not the coolest concept ever? And that obviously seems overpowered. Stopping time? Who am I, Evan Peters from the hit 2016 movie X-Men Apocalypse? Wait, he doesn't stop time, does he? Slowing time? Yeah, slowing time. You can also do that. My joke still works. So obviously there's a limit to how long and how frequently you're able to use your magic, and this is actually one of the shortcomings I find of the system. Not the limit on your magical abilities, but how it's limited. See, the magic and health system is pretty much a direct copy of BioShock. You have a magic and health meter and subsequent vials that you can collect that will replenish them. This is unnecessarily boring. All it does is induce that gamer monkey brain mindset of, I have to save my health potions because I'll totally use them later. When in reality, you don't. I've always ended every single one of my playthroughs of all these games with 8 to 10 of these potions. In the sequel to Dishonored 2, Death of the Outsider, it does this so much better. In this version, you still have a mana meter, but it replenishes itself outside of combat, and you can increase its capacity with collectibles. This obviously isn't perfect, but fuck me, I can actually use my magic in this game without stressing out about my next mana fix. Another thing I just love so much about this game is the freedom it gives you while still maintaining a linear style. As I said earlier, a key aspect of this game is choice. How do you save your father, or daughter? Do you go on a murder rampage ensuring that there isn't a soul who slighted you still breathing? Or do you go the pacifist route, ensuring punishment is fairly dealt while keeping your hands and your conscience clear of any guilt? Do you stick to the shadows with your enemies not knowing what might hit them until it's too late? Or do you walk down the streets of Karnaca with your blade held high, signaling to the world that their empress has returned to fight for the people? Whether you agree with the politics of this game is a whole other topic. Jesus Christ, I'm not getting into that. The level design is a perfect example of this freedom. While the game's story progression is linear, each level is effectively its own map, meaning that you can explore the entire map at your own pace and in your own way. You can explore every nook and cranny, leaving no collectible untouched and no book unread, or you can tunnel vision through the entire level, completing only the mandatory objectives. And with how fast-paced and smooth movement is, exploring the map can be one of the most satisfying parts of the game. There's never a dull moment. Also, the variety of tools and magic that you have adds to this. Pretty much every piece of equipment that you can use is designed to fit in multiple playstyles, and with enough practice, you're able to get really creative with how you use them.
Oh, yeah. We don't like that. Let her have a look. The fuck is going on?
As for the magic, there are so many different abilities that can cater specifically to your playstyle, regardless of whether you're a suns out, guns out murder hobo or a sneaky beaky pacifist. My final point is the atmosphere of this game. Fuck, I love that word. I'm gonna start using it more, just watch me. The game uses location cues to trigger events that happen around you, or at least that's what I think it does. I'm not a dev. And what I love about these is that even though they only happen when you come into an area, you can breeze right by them or not even notice them, making the world feel more alive, and as if these encounters would be happening whether or not you were around. This also allows for some really cool interactions with the environment, as many of these encounters have different outcomes depending on what the player does, like this guard taunting a dog behind the glass. I sure hope it isn't breakable. Okay, I could honestly talk about this game forever, so I'll leave it here. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, consider checking out another or subscribing. There's definitely more like this to come. But with that, I hope your day's gone well, and if it's just starting, make your bed or something, and I'll see you in the next one.